Hello, welcome to Lady Loves Stud Reads. My name is Jessica and this is day 7 of the 12 Days of Bookmas. In this video, I'll be sharing with you series that I read and recommend from 2025. Let me first start by saying that these series are not necessarily series that came out in 2025. They're just ones that I read or made progress on in 2025. I'm also trying really hard not to overlap the books that I talk about in my Bookmas videos. So there might be books from series in other Bookmas videos that I would still recommend to you. These are the ones that are series I haven't mentioned yet. So let's dive right in. I have 5 series to share with you today. I will put the first book in the series on the screen for you. So the first is the Amish Candy Shop Cozy Mystery Series by Amanda Flower. This is about a woman who is working on her grandparents' candy shop. She's a chocolatier from New York, and when her grandfather gets sick, she decides to move back to this town in Ohio where her grandparents live. Her grandparents are Amish. She is not Amish. So she's working in her grandparents' shop in this small town in Ohio. And it is pretty steeped in Amish culture. It's a cozy mystery series. So there are crimes to be solved. One of the characters in this is named Jethro, and he is a woman's pet pig, and he's hilarious. So definitely a cozy mystery that has a good balance of mystery to theme elements, and I'm really enjoying the series. I'm up to book 4. The Coffeehouse Mystery Series by Cleo Coyle. This is set in New York at a coffee house, and the main character is the barista / manager of the coffee house. Since this cozy mystery series is set in New York City, there's, no end to the amount of crimes that she could potentially solve since it's such a big area. So I really like that about this one, that it doesn't fall into the trap of being set in a small town where you start to wonder how many people are going to be offed before there's just no one left in town. So I really love the New York setting of this. And in this one too, you learn a lot about coffee. So if you are a big coffee fan or coffee drinker, she talks about different kinds of blends, different ways of roasting, different ways of preparing, different types of coffee drinks. You really learn a lot about coffee, and I always have to be drinking a coffee when I'm reading these books. I'm up to book 8. Joe Pickett by C.J. Box. This is a Western crime series, and the main character is Joe Pickett, who is a game warden in Wyoming. And so it's set in Saddle Spring, Wyoming, and each book he has a new crime to solve. He gets involved with a lot of different agencies, and what I like about this series is the way CJ Box kind of tackles different ideas related to environmentalism and conservation. And the character development, especially around Joe and his family, is just fantastic. There is a falconer character in this that I really like, who's kind of an eccentric fella, and I'm really interested in falconry, so it's fun to read about those moments in the series as well. I love this series, and surprisingly so. I didn't think that I would be someone who would like a Western, because it's primarily, I think, categorized as a Western, kind of a modern Western, and I'm up to book 7 in that one. Puddleduck Farm by Della Galton. This is set in England, and it's in this town where a veterinarian, she leaves her, then I believe they might have been engaged. I don't remember exactly, but the person that she was partnered with, she leaves him because it was a bad relationship and moves back to her hometown. And her grandmother runs a little farm / animal rescue called Puddleduck Farm. And since she's a veterinarian, she helps her grandmother out, and she opens her own veterinary practice in the area. And this is a contemporary, I guess some people will call it chick lit. I like just to call it a cozy contemporary. And I loved this book. This series. Something about this series does something for my mental health, and I can't explain the mechanism, but it's just so incredibly soothing for me. And I prefer to listen to these on audiobook because then it kind of takes some of the cognitive load away too. I can just close my eyes and I can listen to the book, or I can be doing my own farm chores and listen to the book and just get lost in this world. And it's really kind of just like slice of life kind of stories of what's happening to the main character and her friends and her family and her romance and her veterinary practice. And it's nothing too high stakes, nothing overly traumatic. I mean, it's slice of life, so life things happen, but it's not like super graphic on the page kind of things. And I just love it. I love her writing. I love the characters. I love the town. I love the farm content. Like, something about this series just is incredibly soothing for me. Okay, and then the last one that I'll talk about is actually a new author to me, and it's John Gwynne in the Faithful and the Fallen series. So I recommend this with caveats and with caution. I'm not gonna say that this is going to be a top favorite series for me, but I do think that it's a series that a lot of people will like, which is how it ended up in this video. So things that John Gwynne does really well in this book is action. If you are a very action-oriented reader, you're gonna love The Faithful and the Fallen. Some of the books are just non-stop action. And I would also kind of compare it to Game of Thrones in the way that it's pretty political, and there's like a lot of political movements happening between different kingdoms within this world. I tend to be a more character-driven reader, so I think that's why this might not end up being a favorite of mine. But if you are more of an action or plot-driven reader, you would really enjoy this. So those are some of the series that I read or worked on in 2025. Based on this list and other videos you've seen of mine, what are some series you would recommend? What should I pick up in 2026 for series? I like any kind of book, any kind of genre. So put your recommendations down below. Let me know what were some of your top series from 2025. I think from this list, my favorite one, it's gotta be Puddleduck, just because of the way it soothes me. Even though I think probably Joe Pickett is better written, I still just gotta go with Puddleduck. I'm following my heart on that one. So if you just want to leave me an emoji today to let me know that you were here, go ahead and leave me a duck emoji for Puddleduck. And until next time, make sure that you continue to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other.